Hello, and welcome to the Labels Don't Define Us podcast. I'm your host, Sarah, and I'm so grateful you're joining me today. This podcast is all about reminding people that our diagnoses, struggles, and difficult seasons do not define who we are as human beings. Today's episode is titled Self-Worth After Struggle: Learning to Value Yourself Again. Many people who go through mental health challenges, whether it's depression, anxiety, trauma, burnout, or grief, experience something that doesn't get talked about enough, and that is losing confidence in themselves. Not just feeling sad or overwhelmed, but genuinely beginning to believe they are less capable, less valuable, or less worthy than others. But the truth is something very different. Struggle does not erase your value. In fact, many people discover their deepest strength after the hardest seasons of their lives. Today, we're going to talk about how self-worth can be rebuilt and why healing often includes rediscovering who you are beneath the pain. Let's begin today's episode. Why struggles can damage self-worth. Mental health struggles often come with an invisible weight. People may not only deal with symptoms, they also deal with shame. Many individuals start to ask themselves questions like, what's wrong with me? Why can't I handle life like everyone else? Why do I feel so broken? These thoughts can slowly chip away at self-worth. Part of the problem is societal expectations. We're often taught that success means always being productive, confident, and emotionally stable. But real life is much more complex. Everyone faces moments of vulnerability. Another factor is internalized stigma. If someone has struggled with depression, anxiety, or another condition, they may begin to see themselves through that lens. Instead of thinking, I'm a strong person going through a difficult time, they begin thinking, I'm the problem. But that belief is not the truth. Mental health challenges are experiences, not identities, and they do not define a person's value. Rebuilding self-worth step by step. So, how do people begin rebuilding self-worth after struggle? The first step is often self-compassion. Many people are incredibly kind to others, but extremely harsh toward themselves. Imagine speaking to yourself the way you would speak to a friend going through a difficult time. The second step is recognizing strengths that developed during hardship. Struggle often creates qualities like resilience, empathy, patience, and emotional insight. These strengths are powerful. The third step is reframing your story. Instead of seeing your past struggles as proof of weakness, you can begin seeing them as part of your growth. Every challenge you've survived has shaped who you are today. And finally, rebuilding self-worth often involves small, achievable goals. Confidence grows when we see ourselves taking steps forward, even small ones. Over time, those small steps become meaningful progress. Stories of reclaiming self-worth. I've met many people who have rediscovered their value after incredibly difficult periods in their lives. One story that stayed with me was about a man who experienced severe burnout after years of pushing himself too hard at work. When he finally had to take time off, he felt like he had failed. He believed he had lost everything that defined him. But during his recovery, something unexpected happened. He began volunteering with a community group supporting young professionals dealing with stress. And slowly, he realized something. His experience allowed him to help others feel understood. His struggle had given him empathy and wisdom. What he thought was the end of his confidence actually became the beginning of a new purpose. Another story involves a woman who battled depression for many years. During that time, she often believed she had nothing valuable to offer. But through therapy and support, she eventually rediscovered her love for creative writing. Today, she shares her stories online, and thousands of people say her words help them feel less alone. And I've seen couples who supported each other through difficult seasons, learning patience, understanding, and communication along the way. Their relationships became stronger, not because life was easy, but because they grew through adversity together. Today, I'm really happy to welcome our guest, Daniel. Daniel is a men's mental health advocate who openly shares his journey through anxiety and career burnout. Daniel, thank you so much for being here with me today.
Thank you, Sarah. I'm really glad to be part of this conversation.
Daniel, many people experience a loss of self-confidence during mental health struggles. Did you go through something similar?
Absolutely. When my anxiety and burnout were at their worst, I felt like I had lost the person I used to be. I had always been confident in my career, and suddenly I was struggling just to get through the day. That really affected how I saw myself.
Was there a moment when you started to realize your self-worth hadn't disappeared?
Yes, it didn't happen overnight, but therapy helped me see something important. I realized my worth wasn't tied to how productive I was. I started focusing on who I was as a person, my values, my relationships, my ability to care about others. That shifted everything.
What advice would you give to listeners who are struggling to believe in their value again?
I'd tell them to be patient with themselves. Self-worth rebuilds slowly. But every step, every therapy session, every honest conversation, and every moment of self-reflection adds up. And one day you look back and realize you've grown stronger than you ever imagined.
Thank you so much, Daniel, for wanting to come here and tell us about this.
Thank you so much, Sarah, for letting me come.
Tools for building self-worth. There are several tools that can help people rebuild their sense of value. One is becoming aware of your inner dialogue. Notice when your mind speaks harshly to you. Then, gently challenge those thoughts. Another tool is setting boundaries. Protecting your time and emotional energy reinforces the belief that your needs matter. Gratitude and reflection can also help. Writing down moments where you handled something well, even something small, can slowly shift your perspective. And finally, community support is incredibly powerful. Being surrounded by people who remind you of your strengths can help rebuild confidence over time. As we wrap up today's episode, I want to leave you with this thought. Your worth is not determined by how easy or difficult your journey has been. Your worth is not erased by anxiety, depression, trauma, or setbacks. You are valuable simply because you exist. And sometimes the people who have struggled the most become the ones who offer the deepest compassion and wisdom to the world. Thank you so much for joining me today on the Labels Don't Define Us podcast. And remember, your story is still unfolding. Thank you for listening to the Labels Don't Define Us podcast. If today's episode gave you hope or insight, please follow the podcast and share it with someone who might need it too. Together, we can break the stigma and remind the world that we are so much more than labels. Until next time, take care of yourself and never forget, you are not defined by a diagnosis. If you have a story to tell that you would like to share, please contact us and write in the comments below. Welcome back next Monday for a new episode.